Coach, thank you much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Los Angeles Rams. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A good pickup there, a 22. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
A false start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On second down, here's Goff. Looking deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for L.A. 52 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
On first and goal, Gurley gets past one, and he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Todd Gurley, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams take it right down and score on the opening drive. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
On second down, Johnson. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go. 319! 319! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! Hot! Hot!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Goff now on 2nd down. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Going up top for Kupp. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there. Goff to Kupp. 56 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They run. It's Gurley. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Todd Gurley with his 2nd touchdown of this opening quarter. And the Rams add on to their lead. And he's able to put it through. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
All right, here we go. Green, 39! Green, 39!
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5. He was looking for a Nunwa there. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
He actually quit counting last week at a certain point.
And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the 1st quarter. Back live now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Rams with a football to get us going. And they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now Goff. And that's caught left side. It's Woods. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now Goff on 3rd and goal. Flush to his right. He'll throw underneath for Gurley. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal. And Zerline's kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Got an open man. It's a noon one. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Blue 90! Blue 90!
On second down, Rosen. He's going to wind up and air it out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
Here we go now. 319! 319!
On third down, Rosen. He's going to air one out. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Cardinals. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Cardinals get a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now here are the Rams as their offense comes back out. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
Toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
To throw on second down is gone. It's caught left side by Cooks. They got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
On first down, it's Gurley. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. And an alley to run. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Two minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. Now, what can they do here on second and goal? 3 red zone trips so far have yielded 2 touchdowns and a field goal. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Robert Woods, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Rams add on to their lead. And it's up and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90. No. Check. Patriot. Patriot.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Leopard. Leopard. All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Hot. Hot.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And it's incomplete. Both players had a shot at that one. Neither can get it, and it brings up 4th down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
Now Edwards to kick as he sends it away. That's taken at around the 40. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything is working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is one of his guys just to make a big play and disrupt things.
From the gun, here's Gone. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Tiger.
3rd and 2. Gone. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Johnson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we come upon halftime here in Southern California with the Rams on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports halftime report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Rams going to get the football first here, and they look to build on their lead as the second half gets started. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. Quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Set. Green, 39. Green.
Again, it's Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Now let's go.
Rosen off the play action. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now it's gone. He gets it to Cooks, and he takes this one down almost all the way. To the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Listen. Check.
Now whistles and a flag down. I think one of the Rams linemen might have moved. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Here we go.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And that's complete to Cooks. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd. The Rams on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will stretch the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's a 21-point game. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Cardinal offense now making their way back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. They go play action here on first down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that play. And that'll make this a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Over.
Again, it's Rosen. And he comes back with one complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route is extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll be second down.
Gone! Watch him now, Barney!
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Here's Rosen. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off down near the 5. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Rams on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Staying on the ground with Mack. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Rosen on 1st and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Blue 90. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen going up top. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing again, it's Rosen. And he's got a noon one. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Here we go.
Now Rosen on 1st down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Goff will lead the Rams up here 1st and 10 at their 38. A run by Mack to start the drive. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. A gain of 3, 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. Now a handoff for Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The Rams on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They go to Johnson again. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
Open man is Kirk, complete. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season